And the lead is 30.
And they just keep pushing, too. Selective running.
Jackson, and they are teeing off against this Aztecs defense.
I mean, I really like the perimeter play, the wing play. You got two guys who are 6'8", 6'9", really, and Lubin and Withers. I mean, it's a nice complementary team they have.
Ian Jackson.
Off until Friday again, if you want.
Hubert Davis continues to start to empty his bench. James Brown has checked into the game, the freshman out of Aurora, Illinois. Jackson banks it in. Why not?
Yeah, I was just thinking this.
The game got off to a great start.
Harris on the attack. He's denied.
I like the fact that Jalen Washington went vertical on that one and stopping the opportunity. Love the no call even more so.
Open shooters Jackson. Way too open for him at 41%. But the loss, Notre Dame would drop to 15 and 18. And of course, will be eliminated from the ACC tournament. North Carolina looking to pick up win number 21. Remember, they won 6 consecutive games before they fell on Saturday to the Duke Blue Devils at Chapel Hill. And they have really been drilling teams in the first half. Slithering inside, Jackson with a bucket.
The game to give you all the bubble implications from around the country. Back to OB and CA.
Dal and Tom, thank you very much, guys. Great to have you there at the best time of the year. Jackson with some iron and
a pretty easy call there for John Gaffney. Carolina running action in the middle of the floor to try to eliminate some of the weak side help. Jackson on the drive, and the freshman lays it in. Hesitation move, and that's another example of whomever gets the rebound. You know, that was a quick outlet, but there's so many different guys that can bring the ball up and initiate. That makes it really difficult to stop Duke in transition.
Knipple had a great first game against Carolina back at Cameron, 22 points and 5 assists. Jackson will put it up and hits. It's a 3 for Jackson.
Ball in order to move the defense and then attack it.
Flag. Not there, and Washington down with a one-handed rebound.
Flag settled there against Cadeau.
Jackson will drive and finish.
Smaller team, you create rhythm off the bounce by moving the basketball. You've got to limit turnovers. That's number one. They've been able to do that a little bit better. That was a great play by Elliott. I think they're playing well enough to do that. The challenge is if it's going to be Duke, that's a great challenge.
Down the floor for Jackson, his layup ties him.
Simply having that whole side of the floor and the baseline and block wide open.
Deep 3 by Shoot, off a screen by Poteet. Carolina's had some nice plays to start the game, out of some timeouts. Hubert Davis's Tar Heels looking for a season-high 6th straight win. Davis.
Good defense.
That's the true freshman Hammond, who now switches on to Jackson. Big height advantage. Results in a step-back 3.
Other teams out there, but if the bubble's soft, I don't mind taking the team that tested themselves early and put themselves in a tough spot, so long as they're playing well as of late. I think who you are as of late matters more than anything else.
I agree, and that criteria is not listed criteria for the selection committee anymore. It used to be. Jackson buries another 3, so you have Washington to turn it. What do you like about him off the bench?
Energy, explosiveness.
Oh, Jackson, my goodness. So we got Wessler, who takes his first 3 and hits it, and Servin with his first points.
I like Wessler. He just really gets after it. He's battled. He's had his hands full, but just appreciate this Virginia Tech team. Young group. They played hard. They fought. And then they've been dealing with this.
Jackson's 5th 3 of the game.
I'm not prepared. But thanks, Mom. Davis trying to dish right there at the foul line. Knocked around by Washington. He hits the deck. Gets it free. Jackson will drive it and score.
You turn it over. You've got to get back and just preserve your pride. You made a bad mistake, a careless one on the offensive side. He gets the block. You feel a little bit better.
Withers to get back in the game now for Hubert Davis.
That would help.
And it does help a lot.
The music, right? They just feel the strengths. They feel the energy of the crowd and what the crowd wants. You kind of play to that at times. That's always the best basketball.
Jackson, quick little fake. He'll drive it and score. Big Monday coming your way. Wake Forest against Duke. And Cameron Indoor to start it. And then Kansas and number 4 Houston. Here's Jackson. He'll drive it again and lay it in.
And love the growth of Chandler Jackson. He's been here his entire career. Now as a junior at Florida State and continues to get a bigger and bigger role each and every time.
He's their most experienced player. Ian Jackson stepping back off the fake. He drives the lane. Oh, beautifully done.
But it was great.
So he is starting to pick up his scoring pace tonight. Again, 18 points a game coming in. Jackson will knock out one back from the corner. Robinson went for the slam, and he's denied by Washington. And a loose ball comes back to the Tar Heels. North Carolina already with 2 or 3 outstanding blocks. Jackson launches, gets it from three-point land. The slam, and he's denied by Washington. And a loose ball comes back to the Tar Heels. North Carolina already with 2 or 3 outstanding blocks. Jackson launches, gets it from three-point land.
Let's think back, all right? You're talking about 9-point score for Virginia. Free throws, the dunk, and now the 3. What we were looking at, it was a huge run in Carolina's favor. Now a 14-3 run in Virginia's favor. Think back to the flagrant and the technical.
It's an airborne. Great looking blow by them.
Yeah, great recognition by Blake Buchanan to see R.J. Davis get caught up on the screen in the easy layup for Charlotte.
Jackson steps back and launches. Got it.
If McNeely's parents are not here right now, which I'm sure they are, and they're listening, they understand why Isaac and I are going to have a personal conversation after this. He is supposed to dunk the basketball, OB, and he lays it up on the break.
Is that a promise?
No, it was a promise. He told me he was going to do it.
Switched in.
Corey, and then the gentleman in the parking lot always talks about, hey, listen, people don't understand how big of a rivalry this is. And let me tell you who it's absolute rivalry for. It would be one Renee Grisham, who is, of course, a huge Virginia basketball fan, but an alum of the University of North Carolina. We saw her Monday, OB, and she watches Ian Jackson.
Couldn't get the bucket. Marcus Hill. Oh, Jackson with a block, or pardon me, Washington, Jalen Washington with the block.
This has been a different North Carolina team defensively. Even in the half court. And one of the turnovers, Ian Jackson did a great job of making a steal coming off the ball.
Ian Jackson's one up and simmers down the crowd for a moment. He's got 7. Jackson quickly into the front court, all the way in and off the window. Run of 11 straight. Score of not scoring in double figures may get there tonight.
Well, they really needed him to shoot the ball more because when he's open, he had a few more threats last year with DJ Horn and certainly DJ Burns inside.
Shot clock at 6. Ian Jackson creates space.
Maryland and Wichita State. Jacksonville was an outstanding player at Kansas for Larry Brown. His son now a freshman. He and his wife Ann are here at the game. His son's a freshman now at North Carolina. I'm sure.
Keep good coaches around. People understand how you can actually compete and win at this level with consistency.
5-4 the Carolina lead here. Washington went 1 for 2. And as we mentioned, that was Starling's second foul, but he stays on the floor for Syracuse. Gotcha. Jackson shot fakes a 3, step back, and Ian Jackson who did
somewhat of a set against the zone, screen the side, draw one, and
this is good set too. Jackson takes it away from Bell and finish by Carlos. His first turnover. Carlos gets in there. Trimble, no. And it's Jackson under Adrian Autry, longtime assistant for Jim Boeheim. How can this program get back to, if not the full glory days, back to being a contender, a perennial tournament team?
I'd say time and stability. I mean, sometimes it's also as simple as you catch lightning in the bottle, you get the right guys.
Will score. First basket for Lucas Taylor.
I still like the press. I don't care that they gave up a basket. What they get is pace. And then they push it right back up the floor, and you're playing against the man which you've had more success against.
Davis gets a Washington screen, rolls it back to him. Jackson, big step back there, and another three. Carolina, a team that struggled to shoot the three this year. They are 6 for 13, and Ian Jackson, a freshman, leading the way with 13 points. Here's Jackson again. Give him 16.
By J.J. Starling getting trapped in a terrible spot. Yes, for the offense, but really, you extend your defense that far out, you get one pass and you're beat.
16-7 for Big Eddie Lampkin. 6th tie of the game. Still 0 lead changes. In the corner of 3. It's good for Jack. Qualified. Starling, long steps, and Powell gets that out of here. Jackson all the way, plays it in.
20. Withers, Jackson, and Powell in the game right now for Carolina. Carolina running a couple staggers on the right side of the floor, but Duke doing a great job switching to defend it. And Malik Brown getting right in the passing lane. Didn't let Davis make the pass he wanted to make. Jackson will try another step back. He'll hit it. Banked it in somehow from a very difficult angle.
That's like the shot Stephen Ashworth hit today to beat Villanova.
Ian Jackson
plays off the dribble as well, but you still want the youth to try to make plays and the ball be in the hands of the veteran.
Vidal off the floor right now. He's got 2 fouls, 9 points, 6 assists in the first half. And Carolina leads by 4 after the Cam Corrin free throws. Heels are shooting at 60% and 5 of 11 from 3, and they've really struggled from 3 this year. They're 261st in Division I. Jackson, another 3-pointer in this week's rankings. Auburn, Bama, Florida, Michigan State, Kansas. Lost to them all. Great play by Claude there to grab that loose ball off the corner miss. Jackson from Trimble, transition bucket for the Heels. Waiting for you to deliver. You have all these notes in front of you. Austin bricks a 3. Knocked up in the air and grabbed by Davis.
Oh, nice pass.
He and Jackson in transition. Left-handed finish for the freshman. Going to work on the freshman Jackson.
It's going to be hard for him to post up Ian Jackson.
Forehand leaves it short. Well, Ian Jackson, just a freshman, does well against the 6-year Dunn. Then Jackson takes it at Dunn and finishes
6 points a game. He's a transfer from UMBC. Here's a freshman, Jackson to the rack and got it to go. They want to see him do that more often.
Defensive play that leads to a basket.
And that's a nice finish by Joshua Beadle, the transfer from Clemson. He was a big part of that team that got to the Elite 8. 4th of the game.
Wow.
Largest lead for BC, now at 5. So we're starting to talk about this game for North Carolina. I mean, only one quad 1 win. This would not be a quad 1 win, but any game you have to put in the win column, you better start getting them and getting them fast. Jackson to the rack. He checks back in and lays it
on. Today.
Yep, at Duke. Good defense there by Claude, who gets a rebound and hands it off to Trumbull. And the Tar Heels down 3. 12:34 to go. Backdoor cut to Jackson. Beautiful feed by our Knight for Brown. He has 20 points in a game. He averages 6 per game.
When we talked about it, Tom, he had a 20-point game earlier this year, capable of it. He's matched his season high.
Jackson, a lot of dribbling into the lane and kisses it in. Ian Jackson.
Broke off the route.
Pitch it out to Jackson, and all of a sudden, this talented freshman. Here's Brown again, and this time a rare miss from Deion Brown.
That's what's going to tighten up a little bit more to get under the 8-minute mark. I mean, you know, just the eye test here, and this BC team doesn't look like a 1-17.
Sure doesn't. Here's Jackson. Oh, my goodness. We're down to 3.5 minutes left. Is this another one? And a rare miss. And here comes Trumbull, 2-on-1. Lays it off for Jackson, who got fouled. And he'll go to the line.
That'll
Johnson, the 6-foot sophomore out of Brooklyn, with a bucket.
And OB, we see the guards once again going to the post. Tyler Johnson taking Elliot Cadeau to the block and going to get a bucket.
Jackson lines up a long one. Got it with a 3. Harris getting downstairs off the side of that backboard.
And this is where Carolina's so dangerous.
Jackson going up and slams. Hildreth again with that left shoulder now, but it misses. Jackson in the open floor. That's been incredible already tonight. Airborne off the window. What a tough angle.
Demand under the basket on inbounds plays. For that reason.
Well, and also just if you know where that's going, shade the passer that way. You know, try to, if you're going to redirect the pass, you know, shade him, pressure him on that side.
How about that? First bucket of the game.
Against Powell and knocks down the jump shot. Javon's only had one double-figure game in his last 5. That was the 15 he had at Clemson on their first trip east this year. And Cal up by a basket. Davis. And now here's Jackson with his first touch. Over Stojakovic and knocks it down.
Make shots, it's a different team.
Stojakovic a 3. Bounds away. The rebound. Cadeau ahead for Jackson in transition. Layup good.
Olin Joseph's giving them good minutes off the bench, coming in and the offensive rebound put back, now knocking down a 3.
There goes Cadeau. Try to get it back to Washington. He'll save it for Jackson. And a pull up at 16 feet is good. Monty Sissoko.
Because one of the things I love most is how when his offensive players are driving, he's relocating himself to the open area to be able to catch and finish.
And he's much better doing that than trying to go one-on-one down there. He's a much better finisher off the rebound or off the bounce pass back.
There goes the drive and the score by Jackson.
I made a few of them too.
It's a hard shot, I think.
But it's a harder shot when you haven't made any of them. Now, would you agree with that?
That's true. But it's a hard shot. I don't like that shot. It's not an easy shot.
Look at Jackson challenging Sissoko and gets the roll.
Turns his back.
Petragas down the lane, and Powell will snatch the rebound away.
And that's a great defensive possession because you're able to finish it with the defensive board after forcing the guy that you want to take the shot to miss.
Here's R.J. Davis against Wilkinson. Now back to Ian Jackson. He'll work through traffic. Took the contact. And the foul.
How it wasn't a struggle. I mean, Pittsburgh and Wake Forest should have been in the tournament last year.
No, 100%.
So if you're talking about 5 this year and what has been here in a league that hasn't been as good.
No doubt.
Wilkinson the takeaway. Here's Jackson with R.J. Davis. And he will take it away and score tall.
Wes, I actually think that ball was in the cylinder when Pass touched it.
Backdoor cut. Davis to catch. Pass and Middlebrooks there. 8 to shoot. Cadeau back for Ian Jackson's 3. Got it.
Well, it's only a matter of time with that.
Pass. Spot up 2. Lubin the rebound. Got it for Jackson. 2-on-2. Look at Ian Jackson get to the glass. 5 for.
It's hard to score a lot of points.
Fewest points and a half for both teams this year as we go to the second 20 minutes. And the original lineup for both schools.
Wes, and I think the message from both coaches at halftime was, guys, just calm down.
Yep. 10 to shoot, and R.J. Davis near the midcourt line. Cadeau skip for Jackson. 3 out of the corner is good. Rattles in for Ian Jackson.
And I think that was a big basket. You have to avoid those North Carolina spurts, and knocking down a 3 is a good way to blunt one.
Cuts it back to a 5-point Tar Heel lead. There's Davis on the cut. Jackson out of the right corner knocks home a 3. Ties it up at 4.
North Carolina's got to figure out a way to get R.J. Davis re-involved with this offense.
Jackson thought about it. O'Connell gathers. Ian will beat him on the dribble and score on the drive.
Wes, let me tell you something.
O'Connell on the bounce. Down the lane. Doof had it blocked. Here's Trimble in Carolina. This is Jackson. Layup good.
Boy, that was some pass.
1 of 2 for Styles. 6-point game at stake.
North Carolina State needs to dig in on the defensive end, particularly Last couple times they have not been able to get a defensive rebound, and it's cost them.
Jackson against Marcus Hill now. 8 to shoot for Cadeau. Skip back for Jackson. 3 from in front of the bench is good for Ian Jackson. 10th lead change of the day. Wolfpack in front. 2 and change to go at Lenovo Center, and the place is up for grabs. Trimble thought about it. 10 to shoot, and R.J. Davis at the wheel. Washington, the catch. Jackson, the 3 for the lead. Got it! And it bounds away. Got the rebound. Jackson tees one up. The captain is on. Harris couldn't finish. Cross did. 4 in a row for the Mustangs. And here's Jackson trying to beat the break, and does.
Wow. And that's North.
Edwards with 6 to shoot against Davis. Leans in, put it up on the rim. Ugatolu couldn't control. Here's Ian Jackson against Harris, all the way to the basket and scores. Ian Jackson's got 7. Rolls in his 5th field goal. He's got 8.5, now 15 in the ball game for the junior from Knoxville, Tennessee. And R.J. Davis finally handles as we get toward 4 minutes here, Dan. Lead is 15 for Carolina.
And in this situation, Wes, if you're going to run the clock down, you've got to have some guys who can score at the end of the clock.
Davis, 5 to shoot. Ambrose Hilton in the air. Here's Jackson, a 3 from the right.
Check that box.
Yeah.
1 or 2 dribbles and he would get a double team.
Yep.
And that time, Jalen Washington very slow getting over for the double team and gave Cross the opportunity.
And Hubert Davis is just going to run the clock here. Keep the ball moving. And going to be about a 20-second differential shot clock to game clock here. Cadeau handles it out front. Carolina getting ready to go to 10-6 and 3-1 in the ACC. Jackson, a 3. Got it. Ian Jackson.
Simply being more comfortable with how Notre Dame wants to play in our conversation with Micah Shrewsbury, and leaves that free throw a tad short, but he's made tremendous progress from last year.
Alvin Jackson, his first. Step back Jackson for 3.
This guy's got
77 total points, breaking Troy Murphy's freshman program record. Active hands. Tar Heels on the run. Jackson puts it down.
And that was a beautiful pass by R.J. Davis.
Alaco, whose shot has been off, stepped into that one, and that was flat and short. Jackson other end. He is getting hot. Time.
Kabajai.
R.J. Davis.
Boy, I love the way he's just been very composed, and there is that young man. He's also perhaps the best finisher in transition, so they missed those elements of his game, not to mention the scoring. But so far here today, off to an outstanding start, primarily at the defensive end. The offense has been excellent, but the defense has been superb as well. And there's Ian Jackson. He was upbeat. Both coaches were, really, when we talked to him this morning.
Jackson baseline. What a half. Notre Dame only had 3 free throw attempts, 2 makes in the entire first half. Already a couple here to begin the second. We did see Micah Shrewsbury speaking with lead official Brian O'Connell at great length at the end of the first half. Good look there by Jackson.
Solid position here.
Shrewsbury contested, hit the top of the backboard and the iron. Somehow Sunders got it, pocket picked. Cadeau funnels to Davis, right at Alaco. Mr. Jackson.
You want to come down and execute something really solid here if you're Carolina. You don't have R.J. Davis on the floor. Nice little fade screen. Good take. Beautiful. Just what you needed.
High kiss makeover, Cadeau. This is the largest Notre Dame lead of the game.
7 down at halftime to +4. They've done it by getting to the free throw line.
What a run by Ian Jackson. Given the isolation on Jackson. Little short, Jackson's got it. End to end, coast to coast.
Hepburn. Chucky Hepburn through traffic, no good. Jackson not shy, right to the rim for two.
Especially late game situations, late clock situations, and I think those are things you have to work on every day, especially when you get into conference play, because it's going to be possession for possession.
Then Alan Lubin finds Jackson, fires the three, and buries it.
Watch them work through situations with their personnel.
The Tar Heels start with the basketball, trailing by 6. Both teams entered 8-5 to start 2025. It's ACC play the rest of the way. All 10 losses, by the way, 5 each side, all to ranked teams. So this is a critical game between two teams looking to separate themselves in the ACC. Ian Jackson, the freshman, getting in on it, and it's an 11-point Louisville lead.
A 15% shooter, but when you get behind the basketball and have your good footwork, you can knock. I think Hubert Davis has gotten very good production out of the 5 spot today. Boy, he is so smooth, Ian. It's going to be like this every night in the league.
We've got a good one in Louisville. The Cardinals clinging to a 3-point lead.
The flare screen forces the switch. R.J. Davis has got James Scott on him.
Mismatch. Jackson lines up the 3 and buries it. Shot clock down to 7. Hepburn in attack mode, ripped away. Up ahead, Ian Jackson. And one.
Games combined. In fact, he's scored 43 of his 47 in 3 games combined. He's been scoreless in all their losses. See if they can get him some baskets tonight as he's hanging out in the corner. Jackson from Davis. Another 3. Campbell offense. They call it a modified Princeton offense. Gregory end of the shot clock. His miss is rebounded by Vanderheiden, who goes over Washington and then loses the ball to Cadeau.
Really good defense by Washington.
Jackson fouled, and he gets it to go. Ian Zerlini. There's a height advantage on Davis, who has stepped off him. And the open jumper down to Ian Jackson. Dome crowd still waiting to get energized. Students are not yet back from winter break.
But it's a very good crowd here. Very good size crowd.
Davis kicks it. Jackson hits it. Now Florida State is 11-2. Dugan again. Stuck on 20. He's got 20 of Campbell's 45. Jackson a fast break bucket.
Challenge again for Hubert Davis and his staff to try to put your best 4 offensive players out there and figure out who's going to help you in the middle.
Meanwhile, Dorsey missed both free throws, and that means 3 crumble cookies, which is one of the all-time great free throw promotions. So that may have been the loudest, at least the right side of the crowd has been all second half. Jackson's layup. 70,000 Division I teams. I don't remember Southern Virginia University. That's because they're Division III. So his previous career high was against a D3 team. Now he smashed that against one of the all-time great D1 teams. For Colby Dugan. What a show. It's more than doubled his season high. He has obliterated his career high. Jackson weaving his way in. 20 suddenly getting hot. They've hit 3 in a row from deep.
Well, again, coming in on the season, they only shoot 31% from out there.
Jackson, one more. He's got another in 20 plus 16. 32 points for Colby Dugan, an 8.5 per game scorer. Just an all-time heater of a night. A night that will go down as a Campbell loss, but will go down as an amazing experience for these kids. Maybe not amazing on that play.
Clark on the outside. 3 on the shot clock. Let's fly. North Carolina with a rebound. Davis trying to push it.
What pressure they put on you. What a pass. How about that? Nice rebound. Oh, you had a kick out 3.
Left hand hook won't go.
Ooh, so vulnerable.
3-pointer. Got it.
Get him going,
Jackson
right?
thought it was going up.
Nice hands.
Good luck to finish at the rim, and they finally do with Jackson. Against teams with winning records. Most of his points, and again, he missed both free throws. For some reason, can't seem to score against the better teams. Had 2 opportunities there, didn't get either. But that 3 goes. Cleaned up by Clark.
I don't know if it was knocked or he slipped, but right back at you. This is Carolina.
And Jackson with a score. All the teams they played and lost to, they're going to have to make some ground up with quad 1 wins, and they don't have that many opportunities. There's a good drive.
Fumble.
Jackson, the drive, the hang time, the score. 6 to play. Be interesting to see if Davis tests that thumb.
Good point, too.
If he gets an opening, is it going up?
Well, Mara showing big and recovered.
Jackson, 4 to shoot, fade away. Got it!
Second half and a great surge by Carolina. But can they keep it rolling? They're going to get it back as it bounced right to Davis. They want Jackson to fire. He's got it. A triple from the corner.
Without Walter Clayton Jr. being aggressive offensively and not playing as well on that side of the floor.
Another rebound for RJ. So a bunch of those, he has 20 points. 63-59. In the second half, North Carolina has been by far the better team. Jackson penetrates and backs it in.
So that is a smart.
Thought he got fouled on the play, but the pick by Tyson to return the favor.
Good defense by Morton.
And Jackson, a freshman from the Bronx, want to move to his right. Now his left, and lays it in. That was a dandy.
I definitely believe he'll have an impact on this game.
North Carolina's game, points off turnovers, get in transition. And they have 11 points off turnovers in the second half. Florida has 0. Opportunity to tie it here. Jackson with another move. A fall away. Got it!
Shots.
Blake trying to shred the D. Off the iron. Made the move he wanted to make. Did not get the roll. Davis in transition now for North Carolina. Jackson to his left. Down the line again. Spins in 2 more.
That was a stretch 4 before they knew what that was. And what about the outside shooting that he brought in his pro career?
Yeah, he was such a great player. You know, your career and his career are very similar to one another. You guys, you know, 3 years where you're an All-American. You both walked out of your respective schools. You at Duke, him at Carolina. You guys are both in the top 10 all-time in the ACC. Scoring, and here's a nice left-handed drive by the freshman. House money here, let's be honest. Carolina might be off to a slow start. There's a nice pass, and Davis had it knocked away, and then Jackson bangs it in from the corner.
In the first 8 minutes.
We talked about Carolina wanting to run. You can't run if you can't get stops and you can't control the glass.
Cadeau for Lubin, tough to handle. Withers kept it alive. Jackson drives, slices, and finishes. And Dango finishes.
I don't think there's a matchup for him. He just has to get aggressive. I think he can turn and face a couple of times instead of trying to back him down. He is really skilled in a difficult matchup.
Jackson answers.
SEC men's basketball getting underway with conference play today.
Texas back in their zone defense now.
You like that choice, these few possessions of it?
I do. This Carolina's not a great three-point shooting team.
Jackson responds to that.
Get there and play on 2 feet.
Mustaf lost it. Here's push. Jackson finishes.
Type of day and year for the front court of North Carolina.
I mean, that is a must-have for North Carolina.
That's a pretty good pass there. You got to finish that.
They get bailed out. They keep it on this end. Shot clock winding down. Jackson in the corner. Off the bounce on Dango with the reverse from Ian.
Kick up ahead. Sears in transition to three. That wouldn't fall. Pass it up. Kick up ahead. Here's Jackson. Here's Sears into the paint. Kick out. Holloway. And a rebound pulled down by Ian Jackson. Captain Jack. Euro step off the glass and in.
Best wings in college basketball, and they're both coming into their own offensively and defensively.
Lubin able to pull it down. Both guys may be one and done. We'll see. Davis to Jackson.
You should be driving.
I thought you just... Oh, Cadeau with the steal finds Jackson. Collects and puts it in. Phylon. Davis picks it up, toss up ahead. Jackson.
Alabama can be careless with the ball at times. We've seen that in the game against Oregon, but they need pressure to be applied.
Jackson and
that's unacceptable right there, right?
And Green able to put it in. Man, that was easy. And back the other way. Jackson
game, doesn't it?
A little bit. LeBaron Phylon with a dozen now.
They're ready.
Sears probing. And taken away. Jackson, the freshman up ahead. Puts it in. Wasn't able to move there. And so a turnover. Jackson knocks it down.
You will notice that the rim actually gives, not a dunk. However, just a simple teardrop.
Oh, nice drive there, slicing.
But an opportunity for him to post against Powell can absolutely help the Spartans.
They're averaging 11 a game, but lost the handle there. Carolina with numbers and the lob from
the neutral site. They've already beaten North Carolina, got a huge win, and they could very well have the best player in the country in Dickinson. So maybe between those two teams for sure.
Jackson, nice stick from the corner on the other side.
Well, think about the matchups that we've had here. You're going to see some similar matchups. You've got the number 2 team in the country playing later tonight in the 7th place game here in Maui. You're going to have some consolation matchups that are big time in the Bahamas as well. Kick. Ooh, that's one that Ian Jackson has to get. He's already knocked down a 3 out of that corner.
Jackson with the step back. That is a high degree of difficulty. Set by Cooper, and then a hard finish by Jaden Akins. He's got 12.
Jaden Akins has been very aggressive when he's gotten his opportunities to get downhill, making up for the absence of Jace Richardson.
Jackson got it to go. That's a tough angle. Auburn on a 7-0 run. Off-balance attempt there by Pettiford, and now numbers for Carolina. Powell, extra pass, corner. Jackson, got it.
That's the one more.
$15 seconds here on the shot clock. It's Ian Jackson controlling. Step back from inside the arc. So Auburn and Memphis looking to battle in the final. Memphis in the Maui Invitational Championship game for the first time. Good follow up there. It's Isaac Jack. After the Enoch Cheeks miss. Ian Jackson quickly the other way. That happened.
To get it back.
RJ Davis the step back. Can't respond, chases down his own miss. Jackson will try one, and he'll knock it down.
But Tom Beatty takes Davis off the bounce.
The response from Beatty attacking RJ off the bounce.
RJ Davis now with 14 points to lead all scorers. This Hawaii zone has done the job here. Ian Jackson, though, the zone.
Name to that. I like that.
Just the one name?
Yes.
Yeah.
God, you answer my prayers.
Oh.
I like that. That's the one I'm going with.
Do the translation.
Yes.
So Carolina in no particular rush here. Shot clock and game clock about even.
I believe they will take the shot clock violation here.
And so a strong crowd here in Honolulu as Jackson takes it to the hoop for good measure.
And Hubert Davis.
What a rebound again by Adams. The kick. The three won't go for A.J. Storr, a transfer from Wisconsin. And back comes Carolina, led by Davis. Jackson, count it, and it's 0-1. What a big-time rebound. Jackson the drive, up, no good. Gets it back. But DeVon Harris doing a really nice job at denying the ball to R.J. Davis. Baseline jumper will go for up from 12 will go. And A.J. Storr, you can feel it, you can see it, as he's getting more and more comfortable playing in this system.
When he makes quick decisions, boy, he is really good. And how about Ian King?
Sam Sherry launches. And R.J. Davis in the fray to pull the rebound away. Cadeau in transition. Lob, and Jackson finishes off the right side for his
Big time assist years this year. We've seen so many North Carolina point guards do.
Cadeau's got
very well.
7 assists already, Corey. Here's Davis for Ian Jackson again.